Welcome to Fika's Focus. Voices leading change.
Kia ora everyone, welcome back to Fill the Gap. In my continuing discussion or kōrero about the Heckman Equation, I'm going to go through the 5 principles that Heckman discusses and that he found in his research. He discusses that these principles, keeping these principles front of mind, allows us to make efficient and effective public investments that reduce deficits and strengthen the economy. The first one is investing in early childhood education as a cost-effective strategy, even during a budget crisis. What he's talking about there is that public and private dollars are a wiser investment during deficit reductions. What he's showing is that data shows that one of the most effective strategies for economic growth is investing in the development of growth, especially of at-risk young children. Short-term costs are more than offset by the immediate and long-term benefits through reduction in the need for special education and remediation, better health outcomes, reduced need for social services, lower criminal justice costs, and increased self-sufficiency and productivity among families. Just to add weight to that, we are fortunate to recognise when children need support or extra support. We are not all cut from the same cloth, and often we have to advocate for whānau and children in those spaces. The beauty of what we're seeing now, and I'm privileged to have been able to go through basically the whole school system in that space. It is this is my opinion, and my opinion only, but I am fairly certain that some of the children that I work with that needed learning support when I was working with intermediate age kids, those issues would have been prevalent when they were little and young. I think that those scenarios could have been maybe not cured, and I don't think that's the right word, but also certainly supported to allow for greater academic and schooling success. So the early investment in that space of public and private funds is absolutely beneficial. The second piece he talks to is prioritising investment in quality early childhood education for at-risk children. So what he's saying is that families are under increasing strain, and we know that there's been a whole range of economic and obviously things like pandemics and things, but economic strain on families. They have fewer resources to invest in. That's what he talks about. So what he's saying is that if we can invest in effective early development, that it'll allow for greater outcomes for the society. He does highlight resources such as parent coaching. Parent coaching is something that's really important. We are really grateful to be able to work in with the Incredible Years programs where our teaching teams attend that, and also just recently this year we held we supported or facilitated the Incredible Years program in the evening in Papamoa, when traditionally it was also held only over in Tauranga and Bethlehem ways. What he's also talking to is in these early childhood education programs, a lot of children, they gain the developmental growth that is the foundation for success. And it means that they don't suffer in spaces where we could have supported them from a younger age, whether it was age is helping them regulating emotions or knowing how to problem solve or working with friends, make friends and things like that. It gives us a big picture very early on about them as a little character and what we can do to support them. He's really clear about the value of early childhood education in developing cognitive and character skills. So basically, the holistic approach, the whole child. Now, Te Whāriki absolutely encompasses the holistic approach. That is the beauty of our curriculum. He talks about effective early childhood education packages, cognitive skills with character skills, such as attentiveness, impulse control, persistence, and teamwork. Together, cognition and character drive education, career, and life success, with character development often being the most important factor. And what I'm talking to there is that, like I said earlier, is around allowing kids to figure out what they need to do to interact and build relationships which which is a real true currency of success in life, we get to help them navigate that space from an early stage. His fourth point is talking about providing developmental resources to children and their families. So that is us recognizing that we are an ecosystem. It is us working alongside the ministry, working alongside whānau, and the child being the centre of that. The ecosystem of the child is critical. So that means that doing things that allow you as whānau and our teaching team to really strive to succeed and have wicked as days when working with kids. It means in that space that we're supporting the ecosystem of the child. And that, in my experience, when it comes down to gaining success, those are the first points we start to look at as seeing where we're really strong in that space. The final point is investing, developing, and sustaining to produce gains. So investing in developmental resources for children. Again, it allows us to develop their cognitive and character skills from birth to age 5, and that is what matters most. What he's talking about is sustaining gains in early development with effective education through early childhood is going to have a major benefit through adulthood. Gain more capable, productive, and valuable citizens who pay dividends for generations to come. And we will reference the article in there. He actually presents a graph on returns to a unit $1 investment, and the graph shows that the earlier it starts, the higher the return on investment. And it's quite a compelling evidence to support the value that early childhood education brings. So if you want to read it, have a look in the notes. You can check out the Heckman Equation. That's the article, and his name is James Heckman. I encourage you to look it up, share it with your family and friends, and dig a bit deeper for yourself if you want to. Thank you very much. That is Fill the Gap.